career advancement opportunities.
يتطور الذكاء الاصطناعي رغم كونه في مراحله الأولى بوتيرة متسارعة، مع زيادة شهية القادة لتبني تقنيات تحفز الإنتاجية وتعزز النمو. كما كشف مؤشر IBM العالمي لاعتماد الذكاء الاصطناعي أن 42% من الشركات اعتمدت هذه التقنية في أعمالها، فيما كثفت 59% منها استثماراتها في التكنولوجيا.
Probably one of the biggest change happened, in the last couple of years, are basically introduction of the general purpose model. So this general purpose model being pre-trained on a large set of data that prepared by some of the companies which is specialized in this area. And currently, if I am an organization who wants to use this model, I don't need to go and train this model from the scratch. I can use one of the existing model, and I can only add my own data set on top of that, using different techniques like fine-tuning or multiple different ways. And we see many of those. The importance of the data and the data quality, I guess it is still important, but the effort that you need to prepare that data in order to get get a best out of the large language model, it's not like what it was before. So for sure, that is a significant, basically, advancement.
هذا وتوقع بنك جولدمان ساكس أن يصل حجم الاستثمارات في الذكاء الاصطناعي إلى 200 مليار دولار على مستوى العالم بحلول عام 2025. وفيما تسعى الدول لا سيما الخليجية منها إلى تطوير نماذج اللغات الكبيرة والبنى التحتية السحابية ومراكز البيانات لتعزيز وتيرة التحول الرقمي، يرى الخبراء أن النمو المشترك بين مصادر البيانات وقوة الحوسبة سيشكل قوة دفع إضافية لتسريع تبني الشركات حلول الذكاء الاصطناعي. وتصل نسبة نمو سوق الحوسبة السحابية على أساس سنوي مركب إلى 17.9% حتى عام 2032.
It's going to be a big shift from basically hosting the let's say technology infrastructure inside the organization to the cloud. Some of the things that, or let's say some of the enablers that the different organization needs in order to use AI effectively is the GPU, okay? And they need GPU to run the models, okay? And the typical kind of CPU infrastructure and architecture, that's not going to work. And it would be much easier to get those and cheaper to get those GPU when they are in the cloud, because you're only going to get them when you need them and you consume it, and when you don't need it, you don't need to pay for it, right? So cloud for sure, it's basically help with an adoption and acceleration of the domain-specific AI application. And I think many of the companies, they're going to feel that they can actually trust that infrastructure to share the data when they are in the country, okay? So for sure, we're going to have a different horizon in terms of adoption of the cloud when all the data centers open up and they accept customers to come in and actually put their infrastructure in there. Yeah. I guess the beauty of basically the cloud, or let's say hyperscalers, are basically you can be a very small company, you can be in a startup and run a small business up to 20-30 people in there with the infrastructure that you need, and you only pay as much as you use. Now, this can be also adopted to a much bigger companies with tens of thousands of users, and basically as their scale, they pay for the consumption. So this is not specifically for the big enterprises. The smaller company can actually get the benefit of using cloud and AI in cloud.
ويوفر هذا المسار الديمقراطية والشمولية في استخدامات الذكاء الاصطناعي، لكن الجدل يبقى حول تداعيات الذكاء الاصطناعي على سوق العمل، سواء من حيث إلغاء وظائف بنسبة 40% كما صرح صندوق النقد الدولي، أو التحولات الوظيفية وبناء القدرات.
I don't think this is the right angle to look at it. I think the way we should think about it is, then the people who learn how to use AI, obviously they're going to have a better chance, to get better jobs compared to the people that they basically do not want to adopt the technology. I mean, this is a very easy technology to learn, so basically, so that is the first, probably from my perspective, the first way to look at it. And if you look at it from that dimension, then you realize that this might be the same thing that happened a long time back when internet came, right? The people who learn to adopt internet or emails or basically, mobile computing, that they could have basically do much better job and they were a lot more productive, right? It was, provisioned to be fast and disruptive. I think it's probably going to be less disruptive than what people thought, and probably give you a lot more time. And I think from my perspective, people need to learn AI, right? And this is not something to be avoided.
ويبقى توفير الأمان الاجتماعي والخصوصية والأمن السيبراني تحديات أساسية أمام زيادة الثقة وانتشار الذكاء الاصطناعي. فهل سيكون تطور السياسات والتشريعات على قدر التحديات؟